let's stop. Hey, welcome to Graphic Policy Television GPTV. I'm Brett. We're going to do our, hopefully our first unboxing live using some YouTube streaming. So we're going to see how this goes. This could be fantastic. This could be an utter failure. I really have no idea. So bear with me, as I've clearly have not done this before. But as one person has said, screw it. We're going to do it live. So for those who don't know, Dice Masters is a game where you go and you play, you basically draft a whole bunch of dice as part of your team, and you go and you have cards. Each of the cards have certain abilities. You roll your dice and you go play against the other player. There's a whole bunch of sets that came out, which is kind of what's fun about the game. It's by Wizkids. There's sets based off of Marvel Comics. There's sets based off of DC Comics, Yu-Gi-Oh! There will be upcoming set on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. But the set that we are going to be going over today is Faerun Under Siege. It's the latest set for Dice Masters. It's the second set for Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah, we're going to go and we're going to crack open with this gravity feed, and we're going to show off the cards inside as well as the dice. Now, during our video for unboxing, we already did one gravity feed already. So we're just going to go over those. We're going to have our rules just in case, because there are some new terms in here that are going to be pretty handy to know. So first things first is there's some rarities to the game, or to the cards. So the rarities, each expansion pack has cards of different rarities, each with a matching die. Common cards, including all the ones found in the starter set, they have gray border above the die index. Uncommon have green, and rare is yellow. Super rare is red, and blue border are so we've got here a gray, which is a common, and then a yellow, which is rare. So we're going to start with the common. It's a clay golem, and this is the die that kind of goes with it, so you can see the shape. The clay golem, for those who don't want to read, cost is 5. It's fabricate 2 to 4, so you may KO 2 character dice with total purchase cost of 4 or more to purchase this die for free. While Clay Golem is active, you may redirect up to 2 damage from you to this card. The dice is 1, 3, 5, 2, 4, 6, 3, 5, 7. The rare that we got is Displacer Beast, Paragon Monstrosity, costs 4. When Displacer Beast attacks, you can swap it with another attacker after all blockers are declared before damage is dealt. Its values is 014, 025, and 136. So definitely a defensive card to use. Interesting one. I could actually see that one being used in the game and me wanting to use it. So I don't know. It could be kind of cool. Next up, alright, so first we'll do the Cockatrice. The Cockatrice was also part of the starter set. When Cockatrice is fielded, a KO target character die with purchase cost of 4 or less. We've seen the starter set versions of this. So it is what it is. The dice looks like that. Next, we've got the Giant Spider, Lesser Beast. It's got a Swarm. While this character is active, if you draw this die during your clear and draw step, draw and roll an extra die. So that's kind of cool. So Swarm is a new ability. It's while a die with Swarm is active, if you draw another copy of that die from your bag during your clear and draw step, draw, roll an extra die from your bag. You do not do this for each matching die with Swarm from, or you do this for each matching die with Swarm drawn for your bag. That's kind of cool. It's an interesting aspect to it. Giant Spider can block up to 2 NPCs, 012, 023, 124, and the die looks like that. So that's a interesting card and a new aspect to the game. Alright, we got another one that I actually think both of these are in the starter set, if I'm right. Yeah, or no, at least one of these is a starter set. Okay, we got a half-orc Barbarian. I don't think any of the other cards were of note. Nope, none of the other ones are of note. All right, so both these were commons. We got half orc Barbarian. So he's got experience. The experience is actually a new thing. Is while character die with experience is active, if you KO an opposing monster as noted by the Black Monster Legion's banner during your turn, place 1 experience token on this character die's card at the end of your turn. Each experience token provides each of this card's dice with +1 attack. Sorry, +1d defense, +1d at each level. A card can only gain 1 experience token per turn, unless otherwise noted. Multiple cards can each gain an experience token during the same turn. An opposing player who KOs their own monster will not generate experience points. Experience is kind of a fascinating new aspect to the game. He's also got the ability to cleave. If this character attacks and KOs a blocker, deal half damage rounded down to another character your opponent controls. The experience, I think, is actually kind of cool. And then we have the White Dragon. So White Dragon has a breath weapon of 2. While Dragon is active, roll target good character die damage by this breath weapon. If it rolls an energy face, put it in the owner's use pile. Breath weapon is a new rule. So when a character die with breath weapon X attacks, you may pay X energy, deal X damage to your opponent, and all their character dice. You may use multiple breath weapons in a turn, but only 1 per character, no matter how many copies of that die are attacking. So yet another new aspect to the game, which should be interesting. It's always cool to see new effects, new abilities. So far, this set's, I think, a very fascinating one. We've kind of had some weak sets lately, so this one should be kind of cool. All right, so we got 2 new ones. We've got Gelatinous Cube, which is another rare. So Gelatinous Cube is when fielded, draw a die from your opponent's bag and capture it. It stays captured until Gelatinous Cube leaves the field zone. If Gelatinous Cube leaves the field zone, put it in the owner's used pile. It's 0, 1, 3, 1, 2, 4, and 2, 3, 5. I believe Gelatinous Cube was actually also in the previous set. So we have another Gelatinous Cube. I mean, it is kind of a classic. Let me show up the die. Kind of a classic D&D item. Next we've got Ring. It's a lesser gear. So one also thing that's kind of cool with the Dungeons & Dragons set is that it has the gear. That's not something we've seen a whole lot in all the other sets. So the Ring is a lesser gear. So it's equipped attached to a character. Equipped character gains +2d and cannot be a target of global abilities. It's also got a global ability. Pay 1 once during your turn. You may put a NPC die from your used pile into your reserve pool. That's actually a pretty cool item to have, and a nice way to kind of roll through dice and get them out quicker. That might be one to use, and that kind of symbol does remind me a lot of the Green Lantern ring die. Alright, well, we got kind of one, well, we got pseudo 2 new ones. So this Displacer Beast, we already have the rare of the Displacer Beast. This is the common. While Displacer Beast is active, and if opponent global or a character ability targets this character, Displacer Beast deals 2 damage to that character. And we're going to put that back. And then the other one, this is actually a really sweet die. Hammer of Thunderbolts. Deal X damage to target character or player, where X is the number of different energy characters in your field zone. It's got, if you roll the 2 stars, you may spend one of the energy to damage target player and target character instead. This one is a super rare. So it's the first super rare of the box. Got it pretty early, and a pretty sweet die, if you ask me. Gonna keep things, try to keep them somewhat in order. That way, we'll be able to blow through things quickly and not have to read things multiple times. It looks like we got a beholder here. Yes, so we've got 2 new ones. We got a Beholder. It's a lesser aberration. This is a common. When Beholder is fielded, you may use up to 2 different global abilities for free. Global, you pay 1, move target spell die on an action face in your reserve pool to Beholder's card at the beginning of your next roll, and reroll step. Return it to your reserve pool on the same face. Interesting. And then we got Lolth. While Lolth is active, you may spend 1 when you field an evil character die to deal 1 damage to your opponent. A lot with alignments here. So this is the Lolth die. Pretty sweet. And then we got the Beholder. And I want to say Beholder was also present in the previous set. Again, it's a classic D&D character, so it is not too shocking that we see it here. Alright, I believe these are 2 new ones. We've got a Goblin. Goblin has Swarm, which we've already discussed. The Goblin gets +1 attack, +1 defense. If opponent has an active adventure character die. It's common. We got another common is Glabrazu. It's a Lesser Fiend. I believe this one comes in the starter set. When Gate Glabrazu. When fielded, you may take another unpurchased Glabrazu die and roll it. If it rolls a character face, put it into your prep area. Otherwise, return it to its card. So, an easy way to get some pretty solid characters on the board. Overall, it seems like a very fun set to use. Very different stuff that is out there. This is not your average set. Alright, we got 2 new ones. So we got the Flesh Golem. So it's got Fabricate 2 to 3. So Fabricate, I don't think we've read this. Fabricate is characters with Fabricate will have 2 numbers, X and Y. If you KO X numbers with total purchase cost Y or more, you can purchase the die with Fabricate X, Y for free. So you may KO 2 characters' dice with a total purchase of 3 or more to purchase this die for free. While active, you may redirect 1 damage from another character die to this character die instead. It's pretty solid stats there. Very good. And it cost a 4. So it's not like you're going to have to be paying a whole lot. Dwarf Wizard. Experience. While Dwarf Wizard is active, each time you use an action die, Dwarf Wizard deals 2 damage to target character die. So, again, another one with experience. It's very, very fascinating new concept we've got for the game. And the dice. Here was the Dwarf Wizard. And this is the Flesh Golem, which I think are both pretty sweet dice, if you ask me. I'm really liking the actual look of the dice for this set. Alright. I think this is one we already have before. Oh, no. So this is a little bit different. So we've got the lesser construct. Here's the greater construct. So this one, I believe it's the uncommon one. It's Fabricate 2 to 4. You may KO character 2 dice with purchase cost 4 or more, just like the other one. While Clay Golem is active, you may redirect 2 damage from another character die to this character die each turn. Interesting. And then we've got another Beholder. Oh, nope. Beholder is the one I had there. We have a Ghost. Ghost costs a 3. When fielded, remove half the experience tokens rounded down from target adventure card. Any character with experience. It's a way to take on all those adventurers that will be going running around there, which does sound like a rather interesting and fascinating concept for the game. That we get 2 rings now, 1 greater and 1 lesser. We do have the lesser ring, so that's a duplicate. The greater ring Grittering is you equip it. When a character attacks, it deals damage to target character die equal to its level. Instead, a equipped character may deal damage to target character die equal to its level or 1 damage for each of its experience tokens. Again, doing a lot with the experience tokens, which is I find really kind of fascinating. It's an interesting mechanic. We haven't really seen it in the game before. So for a set to go really heavy into it, I think is interesting to me. All right, next we got the Intellect Devour. When fielded, move all question mark energy from opponent's reserve pool to the used pool. It's kind of eh. Though it's got, you know, pretty decent attack. Elf Thief. If you have energy to your reserve pool, excuse me, you may field Elf Thief for free. When Elf Thief is fielded, you may use 1 energy from your opponent's reserve pool. Interesting. It's a way to use up your opponent's energy so they're not sticking around. And this is the Intellectual Devour. And this is the Elf Thief. He is a thief, so it makes sense that he is taking energy from your opponent. Alright, if people want to go back and have specific questions on cards, want me to reread or think through something, let me know. Alright, we've got 1 common and 1 uncommon. First, the common, we got a Wraith. It's Lesser Undead. He's got Energy Drain. Energy Drain, I think, is a new thing. So after blockers are assigned, spin each character engaged with a character die with Energy Drain down 1 level. Character dice at level 1 can't be spun down. It's new. When fielded, remove an experience token from a target adventurer. Not bad for 4. We got Bahamut, the Platinum Dragon. He's got Breath Weapon of 3. When Bahamut is fielded, KO all evil dragons. Deal 1 damage to target opponent for each dragon die at KO this way. He is a beast. Look at those stats. We got 8 and 8 for Fim. Let's see, our Bahamut. It's right there. Kind of a neat design. And the Wraith. I don't know if that's really Wraithy. Kind of looks like a messed up Christmas tree. Put that in order so we can not read duplicates. Alright, we got an Oni. Both of these, we got common and uncommon. So Oni is Greater Giant. When fielded, you may put target action die from target opponent's field zone, prep area, or reserve pool into the use pile. Cancel any effect. And a Hellhound. While Hellhound is active, your Fiend dice cost 1 less to purchase. Minimum 1 and 1 less to cost. Or less to put in the field, cast, whatever you want to call it. Both interesting. I don't think we've shown the Hellhound before. It's that die. And the Oni looks like he's kind of giving the middle finger. So... Alright, we got another Hef Orc. And then this is a new one. We got a Greater Fiend, Rarities. Kind of some cool art. When Rarities attacks, return a different target Fiend character die from your use pile to your field zone at level 1. That's the die for her. It's kind of a cool one. And then the Hef Orc Barbarian. We've already seen, so we do not need to go over that one. Alright, things will start speeding up once we get fairly through, because we will have gone through and gotten a whole bunch of these. All right, we got a Leech. Lich is cost of 5, energy drain 2. It's kind of a neat one. So energy drain 2 allows it to spin down. So in one level, and Lich may do this twice each attack step. Whenever this character die blocks or is blocked, spin engaged character down 2 levels and spin Lich up 2 levels. It's a pretty big deal since it's 2, 4, and 8. So to get him up to the top is pretty quick. We got Potion, lesser spell. During your opponent's next clear and draw step, they must name all the dice drawn prior to drawing dice. 1 for each die they would draw all at once. Put any incorrectly named dice in the used pile. Very interesting one to deny your opponent from drawing anything. So that's the Lich. It was kind of a cool die. And then this is the Potion. Pretty basic stuff right there. Neither of them are too special as far as rares or anything of that nature. Alright, this one, I think we've already seen this. Yeah, so we got a Cockatrice again, lesser monstrosity we've already seen. This is a new one, Iron Golem. Fabricate 3 to 5. You may KO 3 character dice with total purchasing cost 5 or more to purchase this die for free. While active, you may redirect up to 3 damage from other character dice to this character die each turn. So we've seen a whole bunch of dice that have that. So it's 3, 6, and 8. Could be worth it to get it. Easy way to get some high-powered characters are out there. That was a rare, so it's an interesting one to see as a rare. Alright, so Elf Thief, I believe we already seen this one. Let me double check. Yep, we've already got that. Well, this is a new one, Gorgon. It's a lesser monstrosity. When fielded, reroll target opposing character die. If it rolls an energy face, KO the character die. Instead, if it rolls an energy face, put the character die in an unused pile. Interesting one. So we got another elf. Alright, next up. These are both new ones. We got Storm Giant, cost of 6 when fielded, damage, deal damage to target character or player equal to Storm Giant's level. 274. Pretty beefy one for level 6. Cost of 5. If Bugbear Ambusher dies, if Bugbeard Ambusher die is in the prep area or used pile, when an opponent declares an attack, you may pay 2 fists to move it to the field zone at level 2. Return it to its original location at the end of the step, so you can at least get it in there. 1, 4, and 2, a way to get in a nice punch if you want. Interesting for both of those. Let's get them in order so we can hopefully start speeding this up, and I don't have to go through things multiple times. Displacer Beast, I believe we've seen this one already. No, so this is the greater monstrosity. When Displacer Beast blocks, you may add target opposing character die to the attack and block that character die with one of your character dice. Yep. Human Fighter. Experience while Human Fighter is active. The character dice cost 1 less to purchase, minimum of 1. So an interesting way to get cheaper characters. As the first human fighter, we've got one of these before. Alright, we got another Beholder. This is the Greater Aberration. So the Greater Aberration is when fielded, you may move up 2 action dice from your use pile into your prep area. Pay 1, move target spell die on an action phase in your reserve pool to Beholder's card at that beginning of your next roll, and reroll step, return it to your reserve pool on the same phase. So we have seen 2 different Beholders. We also got a Bugbeard. A Bugbear. Where's the Beholder in my box? Bugbear is the lesser humanoid. We already pulled the Greater. The lesser is when Bugbear Ambusher is active. When 1 or more Bugbear Ambusher dice block, KO target opposing character die with the lowest defense. You break all ties. He is cost of 4. Next up, I believe these are 2 new ones. We have a Rust Monster. The Rust Monster costs of 3 when fielded. Opponent must reroll each of their equipped gear. Put any that roll energy into the use pile. Return others to their equipped characters. This is a rare. So that's another rare to add to the pack. Then we've got Lizard Folk. NPCs can't block Lizard Folks, and he's got Swarm. So while this character is active, if you draw this die during your clear and draw step, draw and reroll an extra die. So we've seen that one as an ability that's come through a few different cards as well, which is kind of interesting. We might have 2 totally... Nope, that's a new one. Alright, so we got a half-orc. He's the Greater version. He's got experience. If half-orc barbarian KOs a monster character die with combat damage, it gains an extra experience token at the end of turn. In addition, the one it would normally gain, so a way to gain up a whole bunch of experience. Good for him. And then we've got the Oni. This is a lesser giant. We already pulled the Greater Giant. The lesser is when Oni is fielded, deal 1 damage to target NPC die. So, way to get rid of NPCs. Potion. It's the Greater spell, and we have pulled the Lesser spell. So this is a new one as well. Its target character gets die gets +3 attack, +3 defense. If you roll the 2 stars instead, target character gets +5/+5. So that's a pretty big deal. You can beef up characters pretty well with. And then Blink Dog. This is a new one. When Blink Dog is blocked, deal 1 damage to each character die blocking it. Kind of some interesting cost of 2, so rather cheap one die to purchase. Hellhound we've already have, I believe. Yep, we got that. So this is a new one, a Half-Elf Bard. Experience when Half-Elf Bard is active when one of your good characters is KO'd. You may remove an experience token from the Half-Elf Bard to return that character die to the field zone. Cool way to keep characters around. believe the half elf comes in the starter set, so. Alright. We got other versions of this card. So the Iron Golem, we had the rare version of it before. This is, I believe, the uncommon Fabricate, 3 to 5, which we've already talked about. Will active prevent the first damage to you from each source during each of your opponent's turns. Gelatinous Cube, this is the common version. We might already have that. Nope. With Gelatinous Cube is fielded, you may capture a target NPC from an opponent's reserve pool. Gelatinous Cube leaves the field zone. Place the captured die in its owner-used pile. So, with the rare version is when you field it, you draw it instead. So, a little bit different, kind of similar spins on ideas for it. Let's see what we've seen already. So the Iron Golem, again, we got a Lesser Construct. The Lesser Construct is while Iron Golem active, you may redirect up to 3 damage from you to this character die each turn. The other one was first damage, so a little bit different. They're all pretty pricey. We have Blink Dog, which we already have. This is the Greater Fae versus the Lesser Fae, which we've already shown. The Blink Dog character dice cannot be the target of spells or character abilities. Excuse me. Really cheap, cost of 2. Ones we've seen before. Let's see if we've seen these versions. We got Bahamut. This is the Dragon of Justice. We've already pulled the Platinum Dragon. Difference is he's got Overcrush, and while Bahamut is active, other character dice cannot use breath weapons. That's a pretty big deal, since breath weapons seem to be pretty common around here. And then we've got Ironize. This is the rare version. While Ironize is active, whenever you feel the Fiend character die, you may move any number of Fiend dice from your used pile into your bag. Alright. Really liking that Lolth die. I think it's pretty sweet if you ask me. Lolth, let's see if this one has already been... Yep. That one we already have, and Bugbear, I believe we already have as well. So that's our first pack that both are duplicates. As I said, things should start speeding up soon. Alright, we've got another Lolth, and we've got another... This, I think, is a new Lolth. Yeah, so this is Demon Ruler of the Demon Webs. While Lolth is active, whenever an opponent attacks with one or more character dice, that opponent takes 1 damage. And then Displacer Beast, let's see if that is a new one or not. Yeah, that's both. Or both, where that one's duplicate. Lolth was a new one. Alright, Flesh Golem. We've seen that one die-wise. And we also got the Gorgon, which we've also have seen before. The bigger question is, have we actually seen these particular cards? So, yeah, so the Flesh is a new one. Flesh Golem. This one, while Flesh Golem is active, you may redirect 1 damage from you to this character die each turn. He's got Fabricate 2 to 3. It's a little bit different than the greater version. And then the Gorgon is a total duplicate. These might be both duplicates. Yes, so we got another Bugbear that is a duplicate. And we got another Iron Golem. That is also a duplicate. We're getting a nice collection of bugbears. And Iron Golems. Alright, both of these might also be duplicates. No! So we get the Ironize. This is the Lesser Fiend. This is a new one. Gate Ironize. When fielded, you may take another unpurchased Ironize die and roll it. If it rolls a character face, put it into your prep area. Otherwise, return it to the card. So that's kind of cool. Giant Spider. We've got the Lesser Beast. This is the Greater Beast. When Giant Spider attacks, all NPC dice must block Giant Spider if able. If multiple Giant Spider dice attack, the defending player chooses how NPCs block. Globe will pay 1 shield. Target character must block this turn. So this is another Blink Dog. I believe we already have seen this. And we have a Beholder. This one's the Greater Aberration. We've seen that one as well. And it's the second pack that both have been duplicates. Dwarf Wizard. Now we had one Dwarf Wizard. I think this is the second one that we've seen. The second one is also a duplicate. Orcus. I think Orcus is a new one. Yes, so Orcus, Demon Lord of Thanatos. While Orcus is active, Fiend dice cost 2 less to purchase, minimum 1. Global pay the fist, deal 1 damage to target attacking character die. So notice there's a lot in this set of doing damage at different times and paying dice to do damage during certain steps of the game. Kind of fascinating. They clearly had ideas and thoughts as far as design of where to take this set compared to previous sets. Not necessarily a bad thing. Alright, we got another Ghost and we've got another Storm Giant. Storm Giants, let's see if this is a duplicate or not. Yep, it is a duplicate. And the Ghost. Nope, this is a new one. This one's Greater Undead. We've already pulled the Lesser Undeads. Greater Undead is when fielded, remove an experience token from target adventurer card. When Ghost attacks, target adventurer card die cannot block if it is of equal or lower level than the Ghost. Alright, we get another Blink Dog, another Ring. Both of these. We've seen another Blink Dog. We got that one. And the Ring we already got as well. So, Cockatrice, I think we've seen this one already. Yep. We also got Lizard Folk. And that one is a duplicate as well. So that was nice and quick. Alright, we got another Ironize, however the hell you want to pronounce it. So that's a duplicate, and the Lich is also a duplicate. 2 more dupes. So, alright, so now we're getting through like a quarter way into the box or so. So things should really start speeding up because we should start pulling a hell of a lot of duplicates at this point. For example, another Rarities. So she is another Lesser Fiend. There is a lot of her. And Potion, I think we've seen this one before. This is the Greater Spell. So that's now, what, 2 packs in a row that we've had complete duplicates? This one's definitely new. We got a Gorgon. I want to say we had a previous Gorgon. Yes. So before we had the Lesser Monstrosity, this is the Greater. When fielded, roll all humanoid character dice in the field zone. Any that roll energy faces are KO'd. So that's pretty easy way to clear a field. Where the hell did this one go? Oh, I'm trying to keep things in order to make it really easy afterwards. This is a new one. This is the Black Dragon. It's a Lesser Dragon. It's got Breath Weapon 2, and then when Black Dragon attacks, your other evil characters cannot be KO'd while attacking unless the Black Dragon is KO'd. His dice is 155, 166, 288, and cost of 7. This is what the die looks like. Oh, sorry. Wrong die. That's why I couldn't find it. So that's what the die for the Black Dragon looks like. It's kind of a cool die. I like it. So that's the first time we've seen the Black Dragon. So there's a whole bunch of dragons in this set, as you'd hope, because they're kind of prevalent in the Forgotten Realms setting for D&D. Alright, this one might be another complete duplicate. Split the cards at this point and have 2 piles. I'm going to go with Iron Up. Alright, so Dwarf Wizard. So this is Lesser, so again, another duplicate. And then Lolth. I believe this is a Demon Dark Mother. Demon Dark Mother. So we've got another of each. We have an Iron Golem, another Black Dragon. This Black Dragon is the Paragon Giant, so this is the rare. So he's got Breath Weapon of 3. Adventure character dice damaged by this Breath Weapon cannot block dragons until the end of turn. It's pretty badass. And then the Iron Golem, I think we've seen before. Yep, so that one's not all that special, because we've already seen it. We've already talked about it. And we've got another Black Dragon, and also a Gorgon. Black Dragon, this is another new one. So we've got the Lesser, we've got the Paragon, this is the Greater. The Greater is when fielded, deal 1 damage to their target opponent for each adventure die in their field zone. Unboxing Brothers, hey, how you doing, man? Yeah, Dice Master I think is actually a really fun game. I recommend it. It's got a good community going on. It's well worth checking out. I think we got video of how to play it somewhere. I could be wrong. Gorgon Lesser Monstrosity we already have, so let's skip that one. So we're doing the unboxing of the latest set. It is the Faerun Under Siege. Came out this past week. We're opening up the Gravity Feed, so it's like 90 packs or whatever the hell it is. I believe we've done this one before. So we got another Lolth, another Demon Hunter. So that one is going, but this is a new one. We got Drizzt, the famous character. So Drizzt's got experience, and Drizzt gets +1 attack, +1 defense for each different opposing active evil character. It's a classic D&D character. And that's the die for Drizzt. I mean, you can't have D&D without this character. I mean, this is a character, and I barely play D&D, and I know this character. Alright, we've got another potion and another rust monster. I think the rust monster might be new. I'm doubting the potion is. So let's go through the potion. Yeah, it's lesser spell. I think we've already opened that one. Yep. And the rust monster is a new one. So this one's a lesser monstrosity. Cost of 2. When fielded, you may put target unattached opposing gear into opponent's used pile. So, if you got someone who uses a lot of gear, or gear becomes really popular, nice way to counter it. I think this is a new one. So we got another goblin, we got another Oni. The goblin, these might both be new. So let's go with the Oni first. Yeah, so this one's Paragon Giants. It's the rare of the two of the set. When fielded, you may purchase a basic action die that has not been purchased by any player for 2 less, minimum of 1. So an easy way to purchase up action die. And then the goblin. Yeah, this is going to be a new one. So this is lesser humanoid. This is Swarm, basically, and that's about it. So while this character is active, if you draw this die during your clear and draw step, draw and roll an extra die. So just like goblins, you're going to go and build a swarm of them to overrun your opponent. So nothing too special on that one. Just abilities we've already seen for goblins. Ooh, I think this is... We might have a new one here. Actually, pretty sure we got a new one. So we got a clay golem, which I think we've already seen. This is lesser construct. But Balor, so he's a greater fiend. I'm pretty sure this is a brand new one for us. Gate Fiend, when fielded, you may take a different unpurchased fiend die and roll it. If it rolls a character face, put it into your prep area. Otherwise, return it to the cart. So we've seen this ability a whole bunch of times with different characters, which I think is pretty interesting. So you're kind of seeing a lot of themes with the fiends working together to get them out quicker or for cheaper. So that's a very interesting thing to keep track of in the game. Yeah. Oh, that's definitely a new one. Oh, these might both be new. Alright, so we got a human fighter. This is the Greater Lord's Alliance. We've had the Lesser. So the Human Fighter costs 3 experience, which we've talked about before. While active, once during your turn, if an opposing evil adventure is KO'd, add an experience token to Human Fighter immediately. So really easy way to build up. We got another dragon. So this is a Bronze Dragon, anti-breath weapon X. When an opponent uses a breath weapon, you may pay an amount equal to the opponent's breath weapon cost to cancel the effect. When fielded, deal 1 damage to target opponent for each of their active evil dragon character dice. And if you roll stars, pay 1 less for Bronze Dragon's anti-breath weapon. So we're seeing some anti-breath weapon stuff out of there, which is kind of cool. Bronze Dragon, that is its die. Don't think I think there was Bronze Dragon in the starter set. But this might be the first one that we've opened up. Yep, so this is the first one we've opened up in the gravity feed. Alright, both of these are probably duplicates. We've got a Hellhound. Lesser Fiend, and a Giant Spider. Giant Spider actually might be a new one. Yeah, I think the Giant Spider's a new one. Alright, so this is the rare of the Giant Spider. This is a Paragon Beast. Reroll any character die damage but not KO'd by Giant Spider at the end of the attack step. If it rolls an energy face, KO the character die. Otherwise, it stays on the rolled face and damage is clear from it. A lot of these dice, I'm probably going to have to sit back and really think through how to use it in a game. I think that's a very fascinating one. A lot of these cards seem to be really complicated in how you would use them in the greater effort. All right, we got Elf Thief and a half Elf Bard. I believe we've seen both of these. Nope. This is the rare one for the Elf Thief. When fielded, target opponent loses 2 life whenever you use a global ability until end of turn. Whenever they use a global ability. So it's interesting. And then we've got the half-elf Bard. And that one's a duplicate. Clay Golem. I think we've already seen this before. Yep. That's a duplicate. Yeah, it was Wraith. That's why I didn't have it. Okay, so the Wraith. It's the second one, so this is lesser, and it's a duplicate. Both of these probably might be duplicates. Yep, so we got another human fighter, a lesser, and then a half-elf bard of the lesser. Alright, we got another Drizzt, and we got another White Dragon. So Drizzt is the Exile. And it's a duplicate. We've already seen that one. The White Dragon, the Lesser Dragon. And we've already seen that one as well. We've got a Rust Monster, which I think we've already seen. Yep, it's Lesser Monstrosity. We also have a Flesh Golem. Lesser Construct, so we've seen that as well. So again, we've got a pack of all duplicates. So things should speed up as we start getting further and further into the box, because we're going to be going through a lot of duplicates. We've got a Gorgon. Yep, so that's a duplicate. And Balor is a lesser fiend. That might be a new one. Yep, so that's a new one, because the previous one we got of him was the greater fiend. So lesser fiend, he's got Gate Balor. When fielded, you may take another unpurchased Balor die and roll it. If it rolls character face, put it into your prep area. Otherwise, return it to its card. Yeah, so the Greater allows you to do it for any Fiend. The Balor allows you to do it for any Ballard. Which could be kind of cool to do like an all-Fiend and Balor set. Well, this is new. And that's another, this is the other super rare. Alright, Potion. I think we've seen before. Lesser Spell, we've got the Lesser Spell. Alright, so this is a deck of many things. Name 2 different dice and draw 2 dice from your bag. If they are named dice, you may either roll them or continue to name previously unnamed dice and draw until you choose to stop. If you fail to name a die correctly, all drawn dice go to your used pile. It is the deck of many things, a cost of 3 super rare die. And it looks like the other super rare I think we pulled was the same color die. So that's kind of interesting. I think I might use that one. Alright, we got another Balor. This is the Greater Fiend. I believe we've already seen this one. And we've got a Bugbear of a lesser, so we've seen both of these. None of this is special. got another Beholder. This is the lesser aberration, which we already have, and a Flesh Golem, the greater construct. We both have seen before. Alright, we got a Lich, and we've got the Elf. Elf Thief that we've already seen. Lich, I think this is a new one. This is the Greater Undead. We've already pulled the Lesser Undead. So the Greater is while Lich is active, when you field a, I guess, evil monster, reroll targeting opposing, the ones with the leaf and the good, whatever, the other two, neutral or probably good character die. If it rolls an energy face, move it to the used pile. So a way to kind of get rid of some of your opponent's dice. We got Bugbear, we've seen before, and a Lizard Folk. I believe we've seen both of these. No, Lizard Folk is a new one. So Lizard Folk, this is the greater humanoid. When Lizard Folk damages an opponent, draw a die. If a Lizard Folk died, to add it to your prep area. Otherwise, add it to your used pile. And then the Bugbear is the lesser humanoid, so we've seen that already. Alright, we got a Hellhound. I believe we've seen this already. It's a lesser fiend, yep. And then the half orc, barbarian, greater, whatever the hell it is. We've seen both of these. Probably got about a quarter box left. Alright, we got Bahamut, Platinum Dragon, so we've seen that one. And Lizard Folk, I believe we've already seen this one. So neither is original. And both just get filed away. Got Gelatinous Cube and a Giant Spider. I believe we've seen both of these. So that should be nice and quick. Giant Spider is a lesser beast. We got it. And the Gelatinous Cube. No, so Gelatinous Cube, this is a new one. This is the Greater Ooze. When fielded, you may capture any unattached gear until Gelatinous Cube leaves the field zone. Gelatinous Cube leaves the field zone. Put the captured die in its owner-used pile. So now I think we have all the Gelatinous Cube in the set. There's always room for Gelatinous Cubes. Alright, we got the Lich, the rare version. He's got Energy Drain. When fielded, remove 2 experience tokens from each Adventurer card. So very, very specific use on that one. So that's the Lich. Black Dragon is the other. It's the lesser. I think we've already seen that, so we don't need to go over that one. Well, I think we are all duplicates on this one. So we got Glabrazu. So Lesser Fiend, so we've already seen that one. And Rarities. So the Greater Fiend, we have already seen that one. We got a Storm Giant and a Hill Giant. Storm Giant is rare, so this is probably a first time we've seen this one. This is the Paragon Giant. When Storm Giant attacks, deal 2 damage to a target opponent. If you have any Lightning Bolt energy in your reserve pool, ignore question marks energy. And the Hill Giant is got Overcrush. We might have seen this one already. We have no Hill Giants in this set. Okay, so Hill Giant. Overcrush, when Hill Giant attacks, your other evil character dice cannot be blocked till the end of turn, unless Hill Giant is blocked. So that is the first Hill Giant we've pulled out of this entire box. Might be some new ones as well. All right, so we got an Intellectual Devour. This is the rare. When fielded, move all energy from opponent's reserve pool to the use pile if it matches another energy in the reserve pool. Question mark only match question mark. So it's the rare Intellectual Devourer. We haven't got too many of those. It's only the second one we've got. We've got Gnome Ranger, which is the second one. Comes in the starter set. Experience when fielded, cancel any effect from an action die that affects your character dice. So that's the Gnome Ranger. So we have not seen too many Gnome Rangers. Alright, we got Elf Thief and Bahamut again. So Bahamut is a duplicate. Elf Thief. This could be new. This is a new one, it's looking like. Alright, so this is going to be the third Elf Thief. When fielded, move target energy die that matches the type of one of your active characters from your opponent's reserve pool to their used pile. If you do, you may move a die with the same energy from your used pile to your reserve pool on the same face. Almost there. Alright, Orcus, an Intellectual Devourer. So the Lesser Aberration, when Intellectual Devourer is fielded, move target die showing energy from opponent's reserve pool to their used pile. So we've seen a lot of that type of movement of dice around. And then Orcus, we've got another one of those. We're nearing the end of the box. Alright, we got another Human Fighter. We've got another Iron Golem. Pretty sure you've seen both of these. Human Fighter, yes. Iron Golem, this is the Greater Construct, yes. Bahamut, Dragon of Justice, we've got that one. Lich, Lesser Undead. We got Lolth, which I think is a duplicate, and Bronze Dragon, which I believe is a duplicate. Bronze Dragon, Lesser Dragon, Lesser Dragon. Yes. And then Lolth, I'm almost positive. Demon, Ruler of Demon Web's Pit. Yes. Alright, we got a Wraith and a Black Dragon. Black Dragon is a duplicate as a Lesser Dragon. The Wraith is a Greater Undead. It's a new one. When Wraith damages an adventure character die, remove all experience tokens from that adventure die's card. Alright, we got another Intellectual Devourer. Lesser Aberration. We've seen this one. is gone. We've got another Bahamut. He is a Platinum Dragon. We have seen him. Done. Right now we're kind of opening this up to see if there are any more rares, because I think we've gone through most of the uncommons. Alright, we got another Bronze Dragon. He's a Lesser Dragon. Got another Storm Giant. This is the Lesser Giant. I'm pretty sure we have seen this one. Got a Hill Giant. The Hill Giant, we only have one other, I think, that has come out. So the Lesser Giant, we're good there. And then we've got a Ghost. Greater Undead. We have the Lesser Undead. This is the Lesser Undead, so we've seen this Ghost as well. So the Hill Giant and the Ghost. Just get put away. I'm coming up near the end. Alright, we got another Goblin and another Oni. So the Goblin, Lesser Humanoid, I believe we've seen this one. Yep. And the Oni's Greater Giant, I believe we have seen this one as well. Yes. Alright, so both of those kind of unimpressive because we've already seen them. Alright, we got another Drizzt and we got another Goblin. Goblin was the lesser we've seen. Drizzt might be new. This is Drizzt is the Hunter. Yep, that's a new one. You may remove 2 experience tokens from Drizzt to put a 3 attack, 3 defense Guernier into play until end of turn. When Drizzt attacks, Guernier cannot be blocked. It's kind of a cool one. Digging it. Though it does sound familiar from the starter version of him. Or maybe I've just seen that one somewhere. I don't know. Alright, we've got Clay Golem, which I believe we've seen before. Oh, no, this could be a new one. Clay Golem, this is the rare. We have not seen this one. So the difference is you got the Fabricate 2 to 4, and then while active, your other character dice get +2 defense. And then we also got the Gnome Ranger, which we have seen before. So the Gnome Ranger is the lesser one. All right, we got Dwarf Wizard. Nope, so this is the rare version. When fielded, target a character die while Dwarf Wizard is active. Copies of that character die. The field zone have no text. To field another Dwarf Wizard die, target a new dice, canceling all previous choices. It's kind of cool. And then we've got a Storm Giant, a Lesser Giant, which I believe we have seen before. So that one is not going anywhere other than into the pile of dice. Alright, we got Balor, and we've got a Rust Monstrosity. I believe we've seen both of these. So this is Lesser Fiend for Balor. Rust Monstrosity. It's a Greater Monstrosity. Nope, that might be a new one. Yep, that's a new one. Greater Monstrosity, when fielded, you may put target attached gear into owner's prep area. It's a little bit different than what we've seen before. Alright, we're less than 10 packs. Gnome Ranger and Goblin. We've seen both of these. Lolth and Orcus. We've seen both of these. Half-Orc Barbarian and Oni Lesser Giant. We've seen both of those. Clay Golem. Alright, we got Bahamut. We've got the rare version. And Bahamut attacks KO target opposing evil dragon character die and deal damage to target opponent equal to that die's level. So we do have a new one as we get towards the end of the box. Got 5 to go. Half-Orc Barbarian and a Storm Giant. We've seen both of those before. Nothing special. Got the Human Fighter and a Wraith. I believe we've seen both of these. We got both of these, Bronze Dragon, Lesser Dragon, and Rarities. We've dealt with both of those before. They're nothing new, so we're on to our last 2 packs. Our first pack we opened up was a rare inside, so let's see what our final 2 are. So we got Dwarf Wizard, which we've seen, I believe. That looks familiar. No, this is actually a new one. So this is the Greater Harper for Dwarf Wizard. While active, when you use an action die, Dwarf Wizard gets +2 attack, +2 defense until the end of turn. And then Gelatinous is Lesser Ooze, so yeah, we've seen that one. And we are at our final pack. Just shy of an hour and a half opening all this stuff. What do we got? Nothing special. We've got a Ghost, which I'm pretty sure we have before. This is the Greater Undead. And the Glabrazu, which I know we have before, Lesser Fiend. So that is an entire gravity feed for the Siege of Faerun, or Faerun Under Siege, the latest set for Dice Masters, Dungeons & Dragons Dice Master from Wizkids. We're going to kind of go through all the cards afterwards and give our general thoughts as to what's going on with them. Definitely a very interesting set, complicated set. There's a lot of moving dice around and doing damage and stuff like that. So fascinating set. I kind of really excited to play with it. So thanks for watching and putting up with the technical issues in the beginning. This has been Graphic Policy Television, a live video for once. We've never done that before. We'll be back with our regular schedule, pre-taped videos. There's going to be one up tomorrow. As always, thank you for watching. You can catch us every single day at graphicpolicy.com. Of course, we're on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, all at Graphic Policy, keeping it nice and consistent. So until next time, keep rolling those die and keep it geeky. Thanks so much.